Hey there, in this tip I want to share a response to a common question around selling. So often people say, look, I don't want to sell, or I feel weird when I sell, or being a salesperson. The number one tip or a bit of advice I can give you, because obviously everything we do is about driving marketing, it drives inquiries, it gets people to the door, and they have to convert to sales for us to be really successful, you know, like for us to be fulfilling our promise to you as business owners. So what do you do once they're out the door when it comes to selling? Number one piece of advice I can give you when it comes to sales is don't sell, like don't pitch. Oftentimes salespeople work out everything they've got to say, or they learn so much about you. You learn so much about your product and your different angles or your service, and create a big spiel to cover all bases. Obviously, if people ask, then you give them the responses to look after them. But the number one thing that I would say is turn the conversation around and turn it into more of an interview. So what I'd advise to do is instead be the world's best listener. Treat a sales conversation like an interview. So what you're doing is you're asking the customer all of the details, everything they want, all of the information that you can get from them. Like you might be selling them car tires, you ask them what sort of conditions they drive in, what sort of speed do they drive in. So by doing this, you not only find out whether you actually have the right product or service as the best solution for them, you also find out if they're potentially the right customer for you in the first place. You also position yourself as someone who really cares and someone who's really into the detail. So make sure you listen like crazy, you're really present and really listening. This is the best sales process that we've found. We had one of our customers who we were working with, and he's a builder, and we went through this process with him, and then around about maybe 1 or 2 months later, he came back and told us he's sold a building project worth a few $100,000 to another builder, which was a sale that kind of blew his mind. I was like, I actually sold, I'm going to build the builder's place because this other builder's too busy doing other projects. So he's paying this guy because he's so interested and so present and so great about the details. So number one tip, don't sell, become the world's best interviewer, be present, really listen, repeat back the words that people say to you, and you'll have a much more enjoyable sales process as well, rather than feeling like you have to push yourself onto people at the same time. So here's to creating more ripple effects of awesomeness, and we'll see you on the next video. Feel free to share this with anyone who you know would benefit. Bye for now.